Yeah, I think so. It's hard to quantify because trade data normally lags by a month or a little bit more, but we have a lot of anecdotal evidence, commentary from warehouse keepers that, yeah, there has been a big push to import products into the US. And that's not only because of the threat of tariffs. Yes, they are there, and that's one of the major reasons, but also because of potential port strikes that are also very worrying.
Carlos, I had a guest on the other day, very different from you, and she was trying to espouse the virtues of our guests, our viewers, your clients maybe, trading uranium. Not even taking delivery, just trading it as a speculatory tool as well. But one thing I do know about trading any commodity, and especially the soft commodities, it is fraught with danger for tourists. If you're not an insider, you're a tourist, and it's very, very dangerous and very, very volatile. You're in almost an ambiguous position. You're working at one of the largest farmers' banks originally in the world. Rabobank was formed in the 1900s as a farmers' bank. You're talking about commodities, but do you actually want people who are non-professionals to be trading commodities? Because should they be in the market?
I cannot give advice to anyone about how to invest. I will say commodity markets are very volatile, very dangerous. Some commodity markets are known as the widow makers. So, yeah, I cannot give advice, but I will give a warning that they can be very, very dangerous and very tricky to understand, even for very seasoned professionals. And even though you may know what people in your network think like, nowadays more and more we have algorithmic tradings. No one can consult what they think. So we do have these surprises in the market, and at the moment we have so many factors at play that it's difficult to attribute how much of the price changes each factor explains.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't think even Eddie Murphy could trade it in trading places, and that's going back a bit. But in terms of the most exciting commodities, we've laid down the foundation, and you don't give advice, I don't give advice, but we can both say it's stunningly dangerous if you don't know what you're doing, being in this market as well. Where are the most exciting commodities to trade at the moment for the professionals in the market and for those of our viewers who just want to get involved in something a bit racy?
Well, the most volatile commodities, let me answer this way. The most volatile commodities have been coffee and cocoa. Cocoa, we have a spike. We saw record nominal prices, I think even yesterday. And suddenly earlier this year, we saw quite a few records being broken. And it's one of the most obscure commodities, so I wouldn't advise anyone that doesn't know to go in there. But certainly it's one of the most fun commodities to look at. And then coffee. We have another spike in coffee, highest prices since 1977. Depending which contract you look, might be historical records, and record Robusta prices as well. And there are tree crops, so the supply cannot immediately adjust to demand like row crops. So it takes quite a bit more time for production to react to high prices. So it's quite an interesting situation there.